Greetings and hello there, everyone. It's me, your beloved and erstwhile Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, and I'll just come out right out and say it. With the best of intentions and the moderately good ideas and trying to help people out and trying to do a good thing, I kind of made a blunder here. Before I went on vacation, I published this video: 10 teams to farm when your roster hits 4 million galactic power in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And what I was trying to do was kind of give people some different targets, not to say drop everything you're doing and farm, these 10 teams and get after them and get them all right away. I was trying to give people some short, medium, long-range targets, and I think I presented it poorly. We started off okay with teams like Night Sisters. I think Starkiller is a legitimate target at once you get to 4 million. Inquisitors is also a fairly legitimate target. Then we got to things like Darth Bane, and this is where the complaints started to roll in, and I think the complaints had some merit, because I didn't really, what's the right way to put it? I don't feel like I effectively communicated what I was trying to get across with this video. How about that? I don't think I effectively communicated, and that's my job. To be fair, that is my job, to effectively communicate. Let's move forward. We had Traya. I think that's a fair one to look at. Gas, when we look at these teams, and here's the deal. As you look at these teams, there are a lot of conquest characters mixed in, and when you hit 4 million, you're probably still, even if you're if you're doing conquest passes, you're like 9 to, 18 months away from getting conquest characters unlocked. So a lot of people had beef with the fact that, I was bringing out conquest characters. Leviathan's more of like around 7 or 8 million you're unlocking Leviathan, generally speaking. So a lot of people had some beef. Let's go look at some of that beef, because I think it's fair to review. Mischievous Grievous, a member for a long time, somebody I respect a lot. Love the vid as always, Nooch, but I have to mention, let me zoom in here. A lot of these teams involve conquest units and whilst. Oh, we got a whilst. You don't get a lot of whilst these days. You get a lot of whilst. Whilst is true at 4 million galactic power, you're working toward them. It's easily a year plus grind for most of them. At 4 million, provided you've gone for Jabba, Leia, Executor. It's a good time to invest in a passion project. Why not Bo-Katan, Gungans, maybe... Okay, so you got different ideas there. I get it. The thing about this game is it's difficult to narrow down the farming sometimes, because there's a million teams. Everybody goes the direction they wanna go. So this person's complaining they can't get a good guild. I've told you how to do it. I'm not gonna keep arguing about it over and over. One thing I have definitely learned from some of you guys is I just have to move on from some of this stuff. So I'm currently sitting at 11 million galactic power. Don't have gas. Never felt like I needed it for anything. Have gotten good use out of my other farms. There's another one in here. I feel like I put this video together wrong. I do agree with a lot of these teams, says Pluto 769, but many players will be 6 to 7 million galactic power before unlocking their first conquest unit. I get it. I talked about conquest units here. The initial idea and goal of this video, which again, I expressed poorly, was to give people some ideas of teams that would fit really well on their roster, and why those teams would fit well on their roster once they hit 4 million galactic power. The initial goal of the game, the initial goal of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, or one of the initial goals, but a really big one, is to get to 4 million galactic power as soon as you can. It opens up hard conquest for you. It opens up proving grounds, so you can start farming all of the old conquest characters and proving grounds characters. 4 million galactic power is a really good guidepost, a really good goal in the game, and a place to target your roster toward as you're moving forward. Traya is the one we can get everybody on board with, right? So really, what I should have communicated, and I probably should have tiered this out a little bit and said, at 4 million, you could start going for these types of teams like Night Sisters, Gas, you could do it at 4 million. At like 6 million, you do these teams, 7 million, whatever. Maybe I will look at that in the future. It's really hard though, and I'm trying to sum up a lot of that stuff with my perfect farming guides. We've already done part 1 and part 2. Pretty soon will be parts 3, 4, and 5 as you go through the perfect farming guides to take us through the entire game. So I am trying to find different ways to communicate this. I do think I communicated this poorly. So to all of you who gave me feedback, I appreciate you. Thanks for the feedback. It was tough to absorb at first. the first like 3 or 4 comments were pretty rough to absorb. It's like, man, I'm not trying to tell people, I'm not trying to tell everybody to drop what they're doing and farm all 10 of these teams right away. I was trying to give people some general targets to farm. So it is what it is. Not really my best work. I've definitely done better work in the past. We'll do better work in the future. That's it. It's a short one today. Just wanted to get that out there. Little editorial correction, so to speak. But let me know, are you farming in these teams? How many of you guys are at 4 million, or let's say between 4 and 6 million, and are farming teams like Star Killer? Are farming? You should be finishing up your Night Sisters for sure. Inquisitors are a big one. You know, Inquisitors open up the rote. You know, if you can get into a rote guild if you have Inquisitors on your roster at any galactic power. So Treya's an early farm for you, and I think at 4 million you should be farming a Treya team for sure. Gas, really, I agree with that comment that was made earlier. Gas is a team you can kind of leave off until you actually start going for Lord Vader and Ahsoka and later teams. He's not really that early game farm anymore that we used to see back in the day. What did I say here? Tuskens? I guess I said the 3-man Tusken team. You know, that's another one. The 3-man Tusken team, it's kind of like an outlier, right? It just sits out there. You don't use it a lot. Leviathan, of course, as I mentioned, comes a little bit later in the game when you start getting a lot more of those Proving Grounds characters unlocked. We talked about, I think we talked about Treya, but also look at these guys, these Ufus over here. Seer Junda, Cal Kestis, etc. That's a great team. Guys and gals, I guess what I would really say in summing this up is I want to be measured here. There are a lot of teams you can farm in this game. In fact, I think there is somewhere in the range of 50 teams, and that's just like one set combination of them. You could probably, if you put together different combos, you could probably look at 70 plus different teams and different team combos in this game that you can farm. And it takes you, you know, a good 4+ months to put every one of those combos together. And I'm just estimating here. So there are a truckload of teams to farm in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm trying to help people out by giving you some direction, showing you some places you go, some ways you can farm these teams, and I try to do the best I can. I don't always hit, but I'm always trying to show you teams you can farm at certain periods of your roster, because you guys are hitting different types. You're right. You're hitting 4 million. You're hitting 6 million. You got this. You're always asking me, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Every roster is different. Pursue the things you want to pursue, while also pursuing things that'll build up your roster and make you a better player and make your roster a better roster. And that's what I've got for today. Boys, girls, ladies, and gentlemen, I do hope you have a great day. Nobody's nerfed. I hope you remember that. Talk to you soon. Always, of course, remember, is it up here? Well, but Nooch too good.